Hey guys, in this video I'm reacting to The End of Ice Spice. Let's see what this video is about. Let's go.
So it's no secret that rappers come and go every single year. One moment an artist can be on top of the
Yeah, and I know, okay, let me say it like this. I know there's like a beef going on between like Ice Spice, or I don't know if it's beef. I don't really have no idea what you call that. But it's between Ice Spice and a girl that was supposed to be her friend or something. I will be honest, I do not listen to Ice Spice, but I do know people, that listen to her music. So let me see what's going on.
game with everyone wanting a feature, and the next they can be completely fallen off.
What technically was falling off? You know what I'm saying? I done made 30 million. I don't gotta do yo, do I gotta keep making music, bro? I don't need to, bro. I'm rich. I don't need to make music. I do it because I know I still
I'll be honest, I'm not trying to be shady or nothing, but people who are rich are not gonna be here talking about I'm rich. Look at me, I'm rich. Like, come on now. Most of the time, people they be showing off like that. They don't even got it like that, and it's not even to be disrespectful, but it's just like, why do you feel the need to say it or to prove to other people that you got it? Like, if you got it, you got it. Why you gotta even do all the extraness? Like, I don't get it.
have fans.
And with that fall off, obviously comes a lot of scrutiny and public embarrassment. And the saying really is true that the quicker someone rises up, the faster they will likely fall back down to the bottom.
Yeah.
There is a myriad of reasons for this phenomenon. For one, we obviously live in the fast food era of media, from movies to music, and even videos and online content we digest on a daily basis. Most pieces of major media now seem to lack a certain quality they possessed in the past. And I'm not necessarily just talking about from a budget standpoint. Today things seem more rushed, more formulaic, less thought out, and moments tend to come and go faster than ever before. We live in an age of information and content overdrive, and with social media, anyone and everyone can now go viral. And every day there are millions of people desperately yearning and grinding away to try and get themselves out there. Meaning when someone does make it, there is a good chance that hundreds, if not thousands of people will try and replicate their success in some shape or form. And since most of the artists who blow up really fast do not have the fan base in place to carry them through the tough times, it's easy for these fickle fans to turn their backs on or simply stop caring about a rapper's music.
There's so many parts of that era of rap where like people got fame so fast, they were so young, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that was some of the foresight that he was saying, not even necessarily about quote unquote falling off, you know what I mean?
Uh,
You don't think he predicted anything?
I don't think they did shit.
No.
It's like trying to
That's true. There are some people that I can think of right now that was popping, like that was really popping, but then you don't hear about them like anymore. It's like he vanished. I know they didn't, but it feels like that because you don't hear the music anymore or you don't hear from them. So it's kind of like, and what you say really makes sense because it's like, when you build something up, it's more likely that people are gonna stick with you than if you just rise like that. And especially with TikTok, like things be going viral like this. Like, child, anybody can go viral nowadays, and people be doing crazy stuff to go viral. And be like, it's never that serious. Like, it's never that serious. But again, everybody with their opinion.
build a house with no foundation. Like if one strong gust of wind comes through, or adversity in this case, well, suddenly no one is playing the music, no one is going to the shows, other artists stop hitting you up, and the industry decides they no longer want to play with you.
It sounds like it's not picking up phone calls. I ain't no friendly anyway though. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't had no type of effect on me. Like I barely called. I ain't called. When I was on top.
Oh,
I have a question. That's Little Baby, right? You know what? Let me find out. Oh, nah, that ain't Little. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Oh, the baby, or maybe it's the baby. Let me see. The baby. Yes, it's the baby. I don't really listen to rap music like that, so I don't really know the names. I mean, there are names that I see before and be like, okay, I can remember, or there are names that I know, but when it comes to faces, I do not really know who it is. So in this case, I think I got the names confused.
Yeah, and you still owe the label 5 albums. You gotta pay back the advance they gave you, which is really just a high interest loan. They now
Yeah.
own your masters, they own your likeness, and they're taking most of the money from your tour, if you can still do that, to try and recoup their investment on not only you, but 20 other failed artists before you. Not to even mention your new lifestyle and image you can no longer afford, eating away at your pockets. By the time many
Yeah.
artists finally see this reality, it's far too late to turn back. Like, even when you strike when the kettle is hot and the industry likes you, you still will likely be replaced at some point. This, combined with an intense oversaturation of the music market, has really affected an artist's chances of maintaining relevance for more.
I also heard, I do not know if this is true, but I also heard that these labels be having life insurance on these rappers. That's crazy. That is very crazy. And most of these rappers, I'm not gonna lie, they be dying young. So the labels be getting their money. So when the rappers, I think somebody say, I think what's his name? Hey, that dude that went viral, Cat Williams. I think he said it.
In a couple of years.
All right, I've been like #1 song at da da da, or like, album sells this, and then I put out some shit that's like, I take a kind of a left turn and experiment with, a different, and it doesn't hit, and how fickle and how fast people can just be like, oh, he fell off, or it's a game of,
Right.
you ride these waves and what altitude you're at, and the inertia required to stay at this like altitude in pop culture, in pop success, and any of it. I mean, how
Right.
long of a run can you? Because it's crazy.
Now, with that being said, let's talk about Ice Spice, a female rapper who took the internet by storm over the last couple of years, but more recently has seen a serious downtrend in her career, and now tens of thousands of people are unfollowing her every single day. Ice Spice is in New York, and now
Hold
tens of thousands.
on. 540,000 people? That is how you know somebody messed up. That's how you know. That's a lot. That is a lot.
Thousands of people are unfollowing her every single day. Ice Spice is a New York rapper from the Bronx who started making music back in 2021.
How was that growing up there? Like,
It was fun. It was real fun, like, fighting off crackheads and shit like that.
And over a year later, she would find herself going viral with her music video for her song Munch. This was back when TikTok was turning out #1 records on a daily basis, and for Ice Spice, that was really no different.
How much was there before Munch, and then how long did it take for things to go crazy?
So there was a couple songs before Munch. There was probably like 4 songs, I think.
From the start, she knew that her greatest asset was just that, shaking her rump, rubbing her cooch, and rapping in that New York accent.
Sorry. It shouldn't be funny, but the way you say it, just, Anyways.
Made her infamous right off the bat. When I say that, I mean some people were hating on her, a lot of people were loving her, but all that mattered was that she was finally popping off.
Growing up, I always would just like write little raps, and I never wrote like full songs though with like hooks and verses until I got a little older and I started to understand songs more. But I always had like this like want to write, basically.
Even in promotional videos that she made before she went viral, it was beyond clear that she knew that her body was her ticket to fame. And at this point, she's one of those people who's known more for her likeness and her sex appeal than her actual music.
I feel like a lot of people think that, oh, I'm just like this like pretty girl that like posts on Instagram, but there's like millions of pretty girls that post on Instagram, and like, you have to really contribute to the culture in order to like matter.
I would actually say that her existence online is more like a meme than a rapper. Now, to be clear, the two do go hand in hand in her success, and she could not have one without the other. I mean, recently she was on stream with Kai Cenat. He tells her to freestyle, and guess what she does out of pure instinct?
okay, let me hear you freestyle. Come on. Come on.
So
Seriously? Okay. I really thought she was about to spit some bars. Did she even spit bars? I mean, I have questions. Like, what? So her freestyling is her shaking her behind? Girl. I ain't hating. Like, I'm not hating, but I heard a lot of things about her. One thing that got me totally messed up was, I don't know if y'all see, but a video kind of went viral that they were praying, right? And she was like making like devil signs and stuff like that. And I was like, have some respect at least, you know what I'm saying? And she wasn't closing her eyes, she was just looking around, just being weird. And I was like, is she okay? You know?
Lunch comes out, it goes viral. She signs a record deal and starts showing up doing live performances where her job is strictly to get up there and shake that ass. It was at that time that she would be seen frequently with Drake, and rumors of the two dating, of course, surfaced from there. Under the label, she would release her first EP, which featured more viral songs like Bikini Bottom, In Her Mood, Deli, and Princess Diana with her longtime idol Nicki Minaj.
When I met Nicki, right, for the first time in person, I was like at her studio and she was like doing her glam and stuff. And then
nervous?
I was nervous.
Yeah.
She came out, right?
Yeah.
And I was fine. But she came out and she looked at like my manager, James, and like Riot and stuff, and my photographer and everything. And then she came at me. And when she came to me
Wow.
and she hugged me, I started crying because it just felt like I cried, but I walked away. Like I didn't say anything to her. I was just like,
This EP was a pretty massive success for her. I mean, to me, it all sounds like one long song, but the target audience definitely ate this up. It was like the perfect music for women, and I would think gay men, to get ratchet to. Songs about being a baddie, twerking that ass, getting money, and things like that. Don't get me wrong, with this newfound fame also came a lot of new people who absolutely despised her.
Okay, I'll be honest, like I say, I do not really know her music. The only music that I can remember, and the only way I know this is because I think my friends were playing it, or maybe it was TikTok. I do not know. But it was like the Barbie, anabolic Barbie. Like that's, yeah, that's the only part I know.
I feel like when you're like huge, and people just gonna want you to fall. You know what I'm saying?
But either way, as long as people were talking about her and she was still going viral, I doubt either she or her label could care less. This EP was enough for the machine to be willing to pour more money into her career, and she would really hit it big with her next single, Boy's a Liar, catching another viral TikTok song, and further pushing her image into the public eye. And if you needed any more evidence that Ice Spice was playing the game correctly, she would get a shout out and even a feature on a Taylor Swift song called Karma, which in the music industry is like getting LeBron to back you and say you're a great player who he wants on his team. The two seemingly became friendly. Taylor Swift said that she was always listening to Ice Spice's music apparently, and she was even with her at the Super Bowl doing very weird things with her hands, and it really did.
Yeah, hold on. And I saw that too. Hold on. She had like the upside down cross, which hey, believe in whatever you want to believe in, but I don't mess with none of that. That's me personally, but anybody needs.
He was even with her at the Super Bowl, doing very weird things with her hands, and it really did seem like Ice Spice would solidify herself with the release of the massive Barbie movie last year, as her second song with Nicki Minaj would be synonymous with this Barbie resurgence. This hit actually made her the first rapper to release 4 songs that reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the very same year, which is very hard for me to wrap my head around when we've had artists like Drake, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Akon, and DMX, amongst many others who have been absolute superstars over the years. Either way, 2023 was a great year for the ginger rapper.
They have you declaring her as an artist perfectly poised to have a breakthrough year in 2023. You feel like this is your time, this is your year?
For sure.
But 2024 so far has not been as kind to her, and it has me looking at her career through the same lens that I see someone like DaBaby, just two individuals who struck lightning in a bottle, who had their own unique sounds and went super viral and then super mainstream for about a year or two, and then once that newness kind of wears off, every song kind of starts to sound the same, and when aided by a little bit of controversy, they start to fall off. Now, in the name of continuing her fast food music run, she would come out with a rather prophetic lead single for her debut album, Y2K, Think You the Shit, Fart, which was a perfect way to kick off this album. Think you the shit, bitch? You're not even a fart. Yes, that is the...
What? There's no way. There's no way. This has to be a joke.
Chorus to this masterpiece. And this was actually a diss towards fellow female rapper Lotto, as the two had been sending subliminal shots at each other for the last year. Talk about a joke of a song that many people likely had to approve before it came out. She actually has a ton of bars over the years about pooping. I'm the shit. I'm that bitch. I'm Miss Poopy.
There's no way. Like, what? Why would I want to be listening to a song that's talk about poopy? Like, what? Man, you got me messed up. Anyways, you got me all the way messed up.
I'm Miss Poopy, but I never smell. An artist's debut album is definitely something that could make or break their
Whatever.
career, and with her using this as the lead single, that led to this album selling a modest 28,000 copies. Which, let's be honest, 28,000 is not that bad for an artist of her caliber.
I don't think it's bad. I think 28K is not bad. So, but I cannot wrap my head around. Man, you know what? Let me not say nothing.
But with the backing of a major record label, and the fact that she was technically selling this album on pre-order for over 10 months before it would even come out, and then when you package that
Oh.
information with all this bullshit bundles artists can now count as sales once again, you'll see that the 28,000 number is very inflated. Can you guys imagine getting this shit on vinyl? Jesus Christ. The other thing is that year over year, Ice Spice has lost over 50% of her monthly listeners on Spotify, while producing her debut album in the process, meaning her old songs are now cooling off, and her new songs are not hitting like the old ones. In fact, she doesn't even look happy in her natural habitat of twerking anymore. And now with this latest feud that she has found herself in, losing followers and fans at a massive rate. And it all really started when she decided to take a rapper named Cleo Trappa on tour with her. Basically, this Cleo person would come forward and say that Ice Spice treated her like shit during the duration of this tour.
Mm-mm.
Nobody should make you feel less than or make you feel like shit because they gave you an opportunity.
The two of them had apparently been industry friends for the last couple of years, but it sounds like the extent of their relationship was mainly public appearances and content creation.
It's like every time she's like inviting me out, because we never chilled on some like chill shit, bro. Like it was never like just some chill. It was always like in the blogs the next day and the song is dropping too. So it was like, what? This girl kind of uses me for her rollouts.
She was set to open for Ice Spice, but
Nah.
was actually only offered this opportunity one day before the tour began, claiming that the reason Ice Spice invited her to come perform in the first place had to do with her trying to rebrand her image to make it.
By the way, this is the girl I was talking about, but apparently they weren't even that close. And on top of that, ask somebody a day before to join you on tour is crazy work. A day before is like, listen, they always taught me, if somebody invites you last minute, they never wanted to invite you to begin with. So I do not know why she went. Maybe it's for self-exposure because Ice was popping. I do not know. But sorry, no. A day before is crazy. Tour is not something that you wake up today and be like, hey, I want to go on tour tomorrow. Like, it don't work like that.
look a certain way.
So the ending of July, I get a call from Ice very early in the morning. Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to come on tour with you and watch you perform all month. Like, I got a nigga. I got stuff that I could be doing. I could be getting money. I have opportunities in New York. I have brand deals. I have things that I need to focus on. So for me to travel all over the United States with you to watch you perform kind of crazy. She's like, no, I want you to perform. And I gag. You want me to perform? She ain't never, ever brought me out on stage.
And despite worries about the last minute invite, Ice Spice insisted that everything would be taken care of, from her travel accommodations like food and a place to stay to her actual performances. Keep in mind, this was a strenuous, unpaid opportunity that would take months of her life. Now obviously, when someone goes on tour and opens up for another artist, it is usually a great chance for them to gain a ton of fans and exposure. So oftentimes the bigger artists will recruit someone who makes similar music to them, or at least someone who can capture a similar fan base. Like back in the day, I saw Logic and Big Sean open up for Kid Cudi, and it was amazing because I knew all three artists, and so did most of the crowd. So I'm sure Cleo saw this as a big opportunity, but apparently once she would go on the tour, the mistreatment would begin. For example, she claims that she would often be sent on stage before the show was even advertised to start, meaning she was performing to an empty venue.
Online says the show starts
Nah.
at 8.
That's file.
It would even say 9 sometimes. And guess what time I was going on? At 7:30, 7:45. I was going on before the show starts. So that was kind of weird in itself.
Now, apparently, this was only the tip of the iceberg on this shitty situation. She claims that she had one day to prepare for the tour.
Literally one day. So I'm just like, what do I have
Wow.
to pay for? Nothing. You're going to be with me. You're good. You're going to be with me.
She wasn't allowed to bring anyone with her, and that she wasn't even listed on the lineup. And basically, it sounds like she felt like she was being treated as a second-class citizen, not having a dressing room, not having a hotel room to sleep in, and not being included in team meals while...
I'm gonna be honest. Everybody different. If it was me, I would have been gone. I'm sorry, but it's like I wouldn't even go because why do you feel the need to ask me a day before? Like that is so like late. And then I don't even get the time to prepare nothing, to do nothing. And on top of it, I cannot bring nobody. And they're gonna treat me poorly. And I'm about to stay the whole month. It couldn't be me. I do not care about no exposure. Like, sorry, you're not gonna mess with my mental like that and think that I would just stick around.
while on the road.
And we just sitting on the bus. We just like, yo, like, can somebody come with us to McDonald's? Like, nobody want to walk there by themselves. We take one of me with us. They're like, oh, that's mad far. Like, nah, like, where there's a desert, it's scary. I'm like, okay. Nobody said anything about food still. Come to find out, everybody ate.
Nah.
Can you believe that? Everybody ate. Guess what? They all went to a steakhouse.
Basically, it sounds like she was not
That is evil. Like nobody can convince me otherwise.
part of the plan at all, and that by the end of the tour, it felt like she had overstayed her welcome. Remember, she wasn't even getting paid, and she even claims that while she was performing, her debit card was used to buy designer items behind her back, and it really just seems like the
Nah.
opportunity was not worth the stress, nor the time, or the effort that she was putting in, and that the opportunities she was missing out on to be there were far greater than what this had all turned into. On top of that, Ice Spice apparently stopped talking to her at all right in the middle of this tour, and basically outside of a stylist that she made friends with, she was pretty much on her own.
I didn't have a room. I was told I was going to be with her, but I didn't have a room. No room for me backstage at all. I was in her dressing room. I didn't have no rider. I was with her. I was so confused. Like, you're not being my friend, so I'm going to make more friends. Like, girl, it's like she wanted me to be miserable and alone, and it just didn't happen because that's not what God had planned for me, boo.
As some of you may know or probably don't know, I am a personal stylist, and I was hired as a backup stylist for Ice Spice Tour. And when I say everything that Cleo was saying is dead ass true, is dead ass true. The first thing that caught me off guard was when I first made it there. Okay, I get with Spice, and me and her cool as hell, so we just be regularly talking about shit. I see she type got an attitude, so I asked her like, "What's up? Like, you good?" type shit, like, you know, filling the road. She like, "Oh yeah, I'm cool. Woo, woo. It's just Cleo black ass doing too much." I'm like,
Hold on. And calling somebody black, girl, you got to be kidding me. Like, sorry, like, there's no way.
damn, hold up. So now I get back in the room with Ice. She on FaceTime with Riot. She letting him know, like, yeah, she doing too much. She blowing my scale. She was like, bitches gotta go. They asking for too much. Woo, woo. Bitches acting broke. Like, I'm really tired of her black ass. And I'm like, damn, like, why does she...
Yeah, why does she keep saying like? Why she keep saying like that? It's like she's trying to be offensive or something. Nah.
She keeps saying this? Like, what?
And let's be honest, guys, it's not rare for an opener to get less than preferential treatment while on tour with a bigger act, and you do hear a lot of stories about openers not even spending any time at all around the main act despite them being on tour together for months. But granted, this was apparently her friend, who she allegedly begged last minute to do this with her.
I took a step back and just made the opportunity what I could make it, but it wasn't genuine at all. Nothing that you do is genuine. Everything is calculated. Like I said, I was the token black friend. You didn't have your other best friend around because you said that she didn't match your aesthetic. Like, there's something very wrong with somebody that is only friends with somebody
What? You know what? Anyways,
for their aesthetic.
Right.
Look how you talking to me like you was never even my friend, bro. She's just like, bro, this is why you're never gonna be anywhere. This is why you're never gonna get nowhere. If I was a careerless bum, why would you even bring me on tour?
No, that's not your friend, girl. That's not your friend. That's your enemy right there. Because no friend will ever talk to you like that. That's crazy.
Lastly, she would claim that Ice Spice has sold her soul.
Everybody hold hands. Hold hands.
This is the video that I was talking about. No, no, no.
Hold hands. Thank you so much for bringing this amazing group together right now with this amazing stream and our amazing team.
Sorry, I'm not trying to disturb the prayer, but why is she smiling like that though? Like, I'm be honest, nothing about her in this video rubs me the right way. It don't rub me the right way at all.
Lord, we are all from the same place, and we are all trying to get to the same place, which is the top. And we all want to experience different things in our lives, Shaq. So thank you so much for bringing all of us together.
Like, you're mocking, so disrespectful. I couldn't support somebody like this. I tell you straight up.
And I pray that you allow us to grow on other people, on each other, and I pray that you allow us to reach any measures in this life, and you just watch over us daily. You bless us. You allow us to bless other people with our work and our amazing craft, and you help us enjoy this night. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. She would also share this text message exchange they had where she expressed her frustrations after the tour, and Ice Spice pretty much just replies in these messages that none of that was her fault and that it wasn't that deep. Later, she would even respond to these claims on a Twitter space where she had this to say.
Y'all put in laughing faces. Y'all know this is not funny. Bitch, you not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go?
Oh no. But I mean, let's be for real for a second, because ain't nobody gonna go to no restaurant just sit there and look at the view. I'm sorry, if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm eating. Like, what? What's the purpose of going to a restaurant then? Like, girl, whatever.
Like, stop it right now. You talking about she ain't let me to the back of her room on her tour bus. She had this big ass room. Bitch, can I play with my one time?
Now, this made people even more upset, and they called out Ice Spice's hypocrisy for clowning this woman for eating a lot, when many speculate that she's been off that Ozempic weight loss program. And the speculation actually got so strong that she released this, workout weightlifting video that really didn't prove anything. People also claim that she basically is someone who thinks that her shit don't stink, and that she has way too big of an ego for how volatile her career is at this point. I mean, honestly, I didn't think this was, the biggest deal in the world to really, cancel worthy, but with most of her fans being women, they aren't going to like the whole Mean Girl shit, especially when it feels like she was punching down here on someone who was supposed to be her friend, someone who she invited to come perform on this tour for free. I don't know, to me, if I'm her manager, we aren't releasing any more albums, just the occasional single trying to go viral on TikTok, and honestly, the primary focus shouldn't even be on rap anymore. I think she has to transition into an influencer, or an IG model, or an OF girl, or some shit like that, because to me, the curtains on her music career are closing pretty damn fast. But I do want to know what you guys think about Ice Spice. I want to know what you think about her career.
Her and Cleo, they are both beautiful girls, but it's just the energy. I don't like it. I do not like it. Like you say, it's given mean girl, and I do not like that. I feel like girls should stick together. I mean, of course, if somebody is right, you should call them out on their nonsense. But to be out here treating people like they are a dog is crazy work. And calling them vacuum is like, you're disrespectful, like very disrespectful, and I do not like that. I don't mess with that. And towards somebody that's supposed to be your friend, nah. That's when you lost me completely, I'll be honest.
To me, like a big Ice Spice stan in my life, but I'm sure they're out there. But either way, I do want to thank you guys for...
So yes, guys, this was a good video. You gave a lot of context. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.